If the universe had a message for you, would you want to hear it? Pick a card is going to answer a very specific question. Well, not so much a question, more so an overview. What messages does the universe have for you? You can choose between the shell, the butterfly, or the books. I'll give you a second. As always, my readings are timeless, so when you're seeing this, you were supposed to. If you have any questions you'd like me to answer, please feel free to put it in the comment section. If it resonates, let me know. If not, let it go. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first up is the seashell. First card is the Magician reversed. So what you need to know is that someone is potentially lying to you. At its least severe, it would be a miscommunication. At its most severe, you're talking about manipulation that is sort of afoot. But there is something that is halting or stopping or slowing your progress. Whatever aspect of life this is pertaining to, but it is halting some semblance of progress. Okay, the next card we have is the Four of Cups. So what you're not really sort of paying attention to or seeing really is that you are unhappy in some aspect of your life. There's a point of dissatisfaction that you are either not acknowledging or just sort of dismissing. And I don't think that you are aware of it, but it is coming out in your moods. You've noticed maybe perhaps you have some mood shifts, or someone around you is noticing that your moods are shifty. There's something on a level of happiness that is an issue for you right now. Some aspect of your life is not at its full potential, shall we say. Okay, and the last card we have is the Knight of Cups. Okay, so in order to maybe remedy this situation a little bit, or maybe address whatever causes that sort of unhappiness element I see with the Four of Cups, you need to lead more with your heart, which just means you have to listen to your emotions. Pay closer attention to your emotions, and you really need to, because that Four of Cups is definitely saying there's some aspect that you're just sort of dismissing, but it is coming out and sort of showing itself to others, and that's an issue. It's causing a problem. All in all, I'd comfortably say that what the universe wants you to know, your overall message, is that you really just need to pay closer attention to your emotions and not dismiss the things in your life that make you unhappy, because it's causing real issues in your relationships. And it's causing also, because it's the Magician reversed, it's causing also the potential of having that sort of negative manifestation aspect. Is you're sort of, that negative thought process, that negative feeling that you're dismissing, it's staying there and it's coming out and it's showing in your relationships, but it's also having the ability to manifest itself into, larger, more tangible problems. So overall, your message is you need to pay closer attention to your emotions and really identify what is causing you unhappiness and consider, remedying that situation. So that is for the seashell. All right, moving on to the butterfly. So the first card we have is the Empress reversed. Okay, so if you chose the butterfly, what you need to know is that there's some sort of influence in your environment right now that's disruptive. And that carries the possibility that it's you. Unfortunately, this comes down to stress. Okay, stress is causing a lot of strain or strife in your life, or will be. Again, these are just sort of timeless messages from the universe. So when you're seeing this, you were meant to, remember? This really comes down to something that is disrupting your peace of mind. And the issue there is, if you don't have a peace of mind, you specifically, if you don't carry that with you, you will not have the ability to manifest all of the positive things that you want. Now with the Empress, this comes with things like fertility. This comes with things like relationships. anything that is spiritually and emotionally beneficial and supportive to you comes with this card. But because it's reversed, there's definitely an element of being at odds with oneself. Like there's this stress, and that stress, you need to know, this stress is impacting your ability to get the things that you want. So that is what you need to know. Let's move on to the next card. We have the Four of Wands. So there is a need for you to enjoy yourself more, which is wonderful. What you're not realizing is that there are things that should be celebrated, things about you that should be celebrated, and you're not doing that, or maybe you're not doing that as much as you should be, but this is definitely an aspect that's coming through sort of heavy. You're not appreciating yourself enough. And I don't think you realize that. You're not appreciating necessarily those around you or the relationships around you enough. And that's not saying that you're dismissing those relationships. There's nothing negative here. It's more so you need to celebrate them more, enjoy them more. You know, give it, share it, love it, the whole shebang. You need to do more. Really enjoy yourself. Okay, and the last card we have is the Lovers reversed. Okay, interesting. So in order for you to maybe remedy this stress, this strain that I'm seeing with the Empress reversed, you're more than likely going to have to make a mature decision. A mature decision comes with consequences, good and bad, good or bad, but it has an impact. This is one of those sort of ripple effects. So you need to choose wisely, come to the table really fully aware of the situation. And again, with that Empress reverse, take some emotional stock and make sure that what's not halting or stalling your ability to get what you want. And again, this goes from fertility, relationships, financial well-being, emotional support. I mean, it covers a whole slew of things, okay? All good things, the things that bring you abundance in life. If you want to get to that, you have to figure out that stress point. And then with the Lovers reverse, you're going to have to make a real, long-term impact kind of decision on how to best handle that. Okay, there's something coming to a head. That's what the universe wants you to know ultimately. There's something coming to a head. You will need to make a decision. This is going to be a big decision, but ultimately you need to address that stress. Whatever aspect of life, it is making whatever you're trying to get to, wherever you're trying to get to, whatever you want, it's making it that much harder. You need to address the stress. Okay? All right. Next up, we're going to move on to the books. First card we have is the Hermit reversed. So what you need to know is that for at least a time, you're going to be feeling a little more isolated than usual, a little more alone, and you're going to feel it sort of necessary. What you should always be wary of with the Hermit reverse, though, is that stagnation sort of comes with it. So just make sure you don't get too inside your head when you start feeling isolated. Make sure that although distance can be necessary and therapeutic for those, to go inward and sort of listen to your inner guides a little more, reconnect to self, just make sure that it's not at a detriment to you, and make sure that progress is actual progress and not, like I said, stagnation. Make sure it's actually working. Okay, that introspection has to work. Okay, and so the next card we have is the Two of Wands. So you're not seeing an opportunity. There is something that is coming into your environment, something around, maybe already there, that is beneficial to you. And I say opportunity, it could be opportunities. But there is definitely something that gives you the potential for growth and for real sense of self-worth. So this is a really positive thing, but you're not seeing it, unfortunately. You need to see it. Consider possibly a partnership. There might be someone offering some sort of partnership, some sort of, team sort of effort, and don't cast it aside too lightly. There's real potential here for something meaningful. Okay, and the last card we have is the Two of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here is, in order to maybe better your circumstances a little more, in order to feel a little more comfortable and stand sort of more firmly, there is a need to pay attention to your money, specifically how you're handling it. If you're doing well financially, kudos to you. If not, this really is in regards to how you are handling it. There needs to be sort of a readdressing of your financial situation and how you're maybe budgeting, how you are going about your plan. Maybe reevaluate your plan. In either case, good or bad financial circumstance, in either case, there's definitely a decision that's coming down the pipeline that you will need to pay very close attention to, because it is in regards to your financial situation. So something to bear in mind. So overall, I would say what the universe is trying to tell you is that you need to pay closer attention to your financial situation. It's becoming important. That there are opportunities abound, and that you shouldn't isolate yourself so much to the point where you don't see the opportunities and possible relationships and partnerships that can come from it. And so ultimately what I'm seeing here with the Two of Pentacles is there's really going to be a decision that's going to need to be made. And that decision is going to determine whether or not you even can see the opportunities, the newer opportunities that come your way. You might have missed some at this point. But that's that isolationist, kind of the downside of it is if when you are cut off, you are cut off. So overall, I think that's what the universe wants you to know is there's some real potential for growth here for you. So long as you don't stay so stubborn and so set in your ways with this sort of introspection that may not be going the way it should be. So I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I will see you guys next time.